Welcome to Real Estate Investing Abundance, the show for busy, fulfilled professionals like you to learn how to develop financial independence built on solid, passive real estate investments. Now, here is your host, Dr. Alan Lomax.
Enlightened investors, I'm your host, Dr. Alan. It is a delight to be with you today as we explore our guest journey from 0 to 20 rentals units in less than a year while working a busy, demanding W-2 job. Abhishek Pareek immigrated to the United States 14 years ago. In January 2020, while working his W-2 job, he started his real estate journey. He started with one single family home, and now he owns 20 units. He is branching out into apartment syndication and is offering others the opportunity to earn passive income while investing with his company, Augmenting Wealth. Abhishek, take us off by telling us about an experience from your formative years that helped you to be who you are today.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me here. So I'm Abhishek. I migrated here like 14 years ago, and I have a beautiful wife and a beautiful daughter. And I'm an IT professional. I enjoy my job, and I think I've been doing the same for like 12 years. Basically, going through my job and going through the years, I realized that there needs to be something that can free your time and your life, right? Here, doing our job, we are just giving our time every time, right? So the time is the best currency, and we need to make more time, right? So I was always wondering how we can do that. And from the start, I had affinity towards real estate because I have seen people growing from that. Doesn't matter what region or which country it is, right? You can build a lot of equity, a lot of cash flow, the tax advantages and everything that offers. So I've been very keen in going towards these real estate, right? So before that, I was interested in doing few other businesses, but they didn't pan out, right? So I was always in search of some opportunities, and real estate was the one, right? So basically, before that, before real estate, right, I think I'm a lot more into mindset, right? So basically, I was trying to I follow everyday meditations and exercising, right? So that has led to me become a person what I want to become. So that has led to me to real estate, and it's kind of a mindset that we need to follow. So anyone coming into real estate, I think first we need to tune what's between our 2 ears and then start from there. So yeah, I started my real estate investing journey last year during when the COVID happens, and I started educating myself. So from January 2020, and I think after some kind of education, I started taking action. Bought a single family, duplexes, and there itself my journey began. And I think right now I'm buying some 10 units, 8 units, a little bit big properties, and plan to go to syndications and help passive investors to build a cash flow.
Well, an excellent start to your journey there. So you are working a full-time job, and yet you are still developing your real estate investments. And within less than a year, while working full-time, you have accumulated close to 20 units. So you talked a little bit about your mindset journey, meditation, and the other things that you have done to develop that through education and different processes like that. So take us through just a daily routine. Where do you start your day, and how does it go together, and how do you process that whole day?
Sure. So my day starts around 5 a.m., where I just start with my meditation practices, exercising, and then I start working in my W-2 job, which starts around 8:30. And the job goes, I like my job, and it continues till 5:30 sometimes. And then after 5:30 p.m., I start networking with the like-minded investors, with different mastermind groups, talking to the brokers, traveling to the markets, and trying to find new off-market deals. So that's my day-to-day routine. I'm just it's all about activities. That's what I have realized. So if you just put 100 reps every month, I think one of them will yield to some kind of a result, right? So that's my day-to-day thing. And from my earlier experiences in various businesses, what I have realized that you can start something, but it's very difficult to sustain it unless you have the right mindset. So that's why I'm a lot into reading a lot of mindset books and following Jim Rohn or Zig Ziglar or Tony Robbins. So this is what my journey, and I think this is the first reason why I'm still going into real estate. So
your model is to identify growth areas that are within a 40 to 50-minute range of where it is that you live. So talk to us about how you find those properties and how it is that you actually build your team to help you with discovering those properties.
So there are multiple approaches that I took since I have limited time. So I started networking. First of all, I find a few growth markets close to me. I think there's a lot of data right now available on internet, which you can figure out that which markets are growing and are on the path of progression, right? So that's my first thing. After I have figured that out, my main job is to figure out all the wholesalers, brokers, and get all those county information. And then I search for all the properties that are available in that region. I get my team set up, whether it's a property manager, broker, lender, and everything. So once I'm done with that, I'm always traveling to those markets, maybe a couple of days a week, and trying to find properties which doesn't look in a good shape, right? And maybe overgrown grass, or the roof is not looking good, or something like that, right? And I just kind of make note of it and keep it with me. So that's one. The second thing is the broker relationship that I'm kind of developing and getting leads from them, that those are all off market properties. And the third one is the wholesalers also have been pretty useful for me in bringing those off market leads. So most of my properties that I have bought are off market, and I try to buy all those properties cheaply so that I can rehab them, rent them, and like cash out refinance all my properties, kind of a BRRRR model that gives you infinite returns.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like a model that has certainly been working well for you. And those properties, it's nice to be finding properties in growth markets, but it's very challenging to find reasonably priced properties in growth markets. So how do you do that?
So basically, that's right. Right now, it's very difficult to find those properties. But I think if it's kind of strategy that if we follow every day, so out of 50 times, only one may work, but it might be a lot of work on the front end. So there are a lot of motivated sellers who are out of state, who are keeping their properties low rented and don't want to make any changes. So they're not getting much cash from the properties, and they are motivated to sell them, right? So if we can place ourselves in front of them, that way we can build the trust. And it's all about a relationship thing, right? So there's 10-unit multifamily property. I signed a contract with the seller is just because I'm here. I was in front of him. He trusted me. He had a lot of offers from out of state, from New York, California, much higher. But just because I'm in front of him, he trusted me more than those guys. So it's all about trust. Sellers are okay to take 100K, 150K less money, but they want to trust you. If they trust you, I think you can buy those properties at a pretty good rate. In the meanwhile, you are also helping them to get out of the property. So I had few sellers who are very thankful to me that they don't no longer need to manage the property or take care of the property.
We'll be right back after a brief announcement. Are you a busy professional, passionate about the work of your calling, yet realize that even though you love what you are doing, you're exchanging your time for money? You know that if you were to lose the ability to exchange time for money, your financial well-being will be in jeopardy. If you can relate, I have great news. Steed Tucker Capital is an investment company designed for professionals to develop financial independence built on solid passive real estate investments. Remove the anxiety of an uncertain financial future and go to steedtucker.com. Get your free one-page 10-step guide to passive real estate investing. Talk a little bit about this miracle morning process that you utilize.
So initially, I have realized as you work more or you spend more time in your business, you will be someday giving up on all those things because you'll be tired the entire day. So what I've realized is it's meditating, exercising, keeping your body in a good shape and mind in a good shape, keeps you active throughout the day. You are able to take more stress on yourself, and it's a muscle that you need to bring. So I think every time if I'm doing my W-2 job or I'm doing my real estate investing or I'm exercising, I'm not thinking about the other thing. I'm always in the present moment. So it helps me keeping myself in the present moment and just away from all the other things that's going around me. So it's contributing a lot, and it gives me a lot of patience and certain other abilities like perseverance, right? So it allows me to keep going, because if you're investing or in a business, there are a few days where you're a lot stressed out because nothing is going your way, and there are a few days everything is going right. So it keeps my emotions in check, and I'm not overjoyed or over sadly or right stressed about anything. So it just keeps me uniform every time. So that's, and the miracle morning, we say, I think this is a book that was written, and it says that I think I meditate, exercise, keep your journal, do the journal, keep a vision board in the morning, and just see what are your goals for the next 1 year, 3 years, 5 years. So I try to look at all those things every day and just keep myself pushing. So that's the major motive, and I think it's very, very helpful right now.
So, do you have a support group of individuals to help you through those days that things are not going well?
Yeah, my family is very supportive. My wife is very supportive. I play with my daughter as well. So a lot of things go out which are not in your control. So I do talk to my family, and they are very supportive. And I have friends as well who I talk to. But I think I don't pay attention a lot to those emotions, right? Because this kind real estate journey is up and down, right? If you're just going in the right direction, things are not going to be uniform. So I just keep in check with my emotions. So meditation, exercising as well helps me to just be calm in every situation and keep finding some creative solutions, right? So it's all about getting creative in whatever situation it comes, right? Whether it's forming a deal or having creatively financing a deal from the seller or doing something. So
well, you are, not only do you acquire these properties, but you acquire properties that are discounted because they're generally in need of work. So you're also in the rehab business there. So you've got a W-2 job, you're acquiring properties, you're rehabbing properties, and rather than flipping the properties, you're keeping them. And so you are building your rental portfolio. So you've really got actually three businesses going there. You've got the acquisition, which is a business in and of itself. The rehabbing is a business in and of itself. And rentals are a business in and of themselves. And so you must have some good teams in place. So tell us about your teams and how did you develop those teams?
yeah, so after finding out at the right market, what I do first is to figure out a good property manager who knows the area, the properties, what rents can be achieved. So he's a very, very critical part of my team. Once I have a right property manager, I think it leads to me good contractors that he already have, whether it's in team or whether they have worked for him. So that way, I think I leverage my property manager experience to get all the contractors and rehab work done basically. And I just maybe have a couple of conversations every week regarding with my property manager regarding the business plan that we are implementing after the acquisition. So that's where he contributes after the property has been acquired, right? So but during the acquisition phase, I think I have a couple of VAs who either cold call or text message or try to talk to the sellers who are in need of help and they don't want to deal with their property. So even there, I think I'm kind of leveraging their skills to get leads and go forward. And similarly with the brokers, I have developed the relationships who help me acquire the properties, which may be the pocket listings or off market leads that they're getting. So I think I'm kind of leveraging all the resources that I have because I don't have time to do everything on my own. I understand how that's done because I go and manage my properties once a week to see what's going on, how's the work, where the money is going on, what is the rate on return on investment that we are doing. So basically, that's what we are doing. And my property manager takes bidding from a lot of contractors to figure out the cheapest and the best price, as well as the good contractors who have done good work. So I think it's all about leverage of people, leverage of time. That's what I'm doing right now just to get through here.
Well, you say that real estate is far superior to stocks and or 401ks. Tell us why that is the case.
So I think a lot of people, I think they invest in stocks, 401k or other kind of funds because I think it's a push button thing. And basically from my understanding, it's like a gamble, right? So they're pushing and investing in other firms and everything and just thinking that it might go up or go down looking at that, right? So basically we saw what happened last year as well. Everything went down, half of everything, right? When COVID happens. But with real estate, it doesn't happen like that, right? If you see in the long term, maybe 5 years, 10 years, it just doubles, quadruples. Generally, that happens. It's not going to crash down like stocks. So first of this, that's the advantage. The second advantage is stocks and everything cannot offer the level of cash flow that multifamily or the real estate offers. The third important part of this is the tax advantages. There are no tax advantages with the stocks, and there'll be capital gain taxes, 30-40% you're spending there. And the last is the leverage. The bank leverage that you get, like 80%, 85% from bank for real estate, we don't get any for stocks, right? So if you combine everything, you will see that the returns from real estate are like 20, 25 and north of 25% in total, right? And stocks drops to less than 2%, right? On the paper, people see stocks returning 8 to 10%, but if you remove inflation, you remove taxes, you are not getting more than 2 to 3% over the entire life of the time that you have spent it. So,
and another thing people don't really figure into their stock investment are the fees that are associated with stocks. And
so you can see it's like even dropping around 2% for the entire lifetime.
Yeah, exactly. And most people just don't take that into consideration. So even though they say they're getting 8% returns on their stocks, when they figure all of that in, they're probably not even keeping up with inflation. So
very correct. Very right. Yeah.
Well, tell us what it is that you have to offer our viewers and listeners. You are branching out into syndication. And so how can they get hold of you and learn more about those opportunities?
Yeah, so we are in process of acquiring 10 units and 8 units more. So I'm buying those properties. And also we are looking at the avenues where we are finding 50 plus units in Carolinas and all the southeastern states. And the Augmenting Wealth, my company and my partners would definitely like to partner with busy professionals who are all over the US and who would like to invest in our deals. We always underwrite conservatively and we look for the deals which gives a good cash on cash returns for our investors. So I would be very happy to help busy professional to create some passive income on the side, and they are just mailing checks, right? So you don't need to work anything, you don't need to stress about anything. It's just, I think all the work is done by me or by my team. So I think my all information should be there, and I think it'll be great opportunity for everyone and me to work together. So.
And Abhishek's website is www.augmentingwealth.com. And his email is abhishek@gmail.com. That information will also be in our show notes. Well, Abhishek, one last question, and share with us one of your most difficult setbacks in life. How did you come through that time, and what did you learn from that experience?
Few things happen in life and you go through a lot of stress and depression, anxiety. So I have also gone through those things. And so there were only two roads where it can lead you to, right? Whether it can lead you to having to bad habits like alcohol and everything, or you can make a decision that I'm not going to go this way and I'm going to take a different route. I'm not going to depend on any medicines as well, right? Not pills, because it's just a made up system for people to make them weak. So I decided a way to personally develop myself, go towards meditation, exercise, and just get out of it, right? So that was challenging few months for me, but I'm happy that I'm out of it and I'm trying to grow every day, learn every day from it. And I think trying to grow in the investing business, and I have bigger goals, and I think I would be happy to achieve them and help everyone in achieving their goals.
Well, Abhishek, it's been a delight having you on our show today. So thanks for being with us today.
Thank you so much, Alan, for having me.
Thank you for tuning in to Real Estate Investing Abundance, brought to you by Steve Talker Capital, a company working for passionate professionals like you to develop financial independence built on solid passive real estate investments. As part of our efforts to make the world a better place, Steve Talker Capital contributes to activities and organizations committed to better understand the equine. These endeavors attempt to enhance the human treatment of horses worldwide. Steve Talker Capital, working for a world where all creatures, great and small, flourish abundantly. For resources to develop your financial independence, connect with us at stevetalker.com.